This is Scott Spears, and on May 16th, 2014, the most iconic female broadcaster of all time, Barbara Walters, is calling it a day in broadcast journalism after 53 years on television. Joining us to look back at her amazing career is somebody who I think could do it better than anybody. She's a legend in her own right. I'm so happy to have her here with me today. Poet, scholar, author, Dr. Maya Angelou. Dr. Angelou, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. I'm delighted that you invited me.
Well, I have to say, as I was saying before we went on the air, when Miss Walters decided she was going to retire, I wanted to talk to somebody who I thought could put it in proper perspective, in accordance with women, especially what she's done.
Well, I'm glad you invited me, and I'm glad you said what you said just now, the way you said it, because it gives me a chance to say what I believe, and that is, if an action or an act serves women, it also serves men.
I think
it helps men to be liberated from sometimes their own ignorance, their own, or it would help women to be liberated from the feeling that women are inferior, or just not quite men. Well, this is true. They're not quite men, thank the Lord, but they are women. And Miss Walters has taught us all a lesson about how a person handles a job well. And so she has taught men, whether the men were people we know, maybe they were relatives, maybe they were frenemies, maybe they were men who didn't believe in her. But she has taught us all.
Dr. Angelou, as she came up the ladder, there's no doubt about it, it's no secret, Harry Reasoner, Frank McGee on the Today Show, they kind of treated her rather unkindly because she was a woman. What do you think it was about her that allowed her to break that ceiling that nobody else did?
Well, one of the things she had was a stick-to-itiveness, which is really very American. It's not just, it's not male or female, it's not black or white. There is something in the American which says, I came here to be here, and I mean to stay here. It's quite heroic, sheroic. You can tell an American. You really can. And so when she was treated illy and shabbily by some of the men, she dug her heels in and said, I came here to stay. And she didn't, I'm happy to say, she didn't try to be as snarly as the men were, or if she was, we didn't see it. She just continued doing the best work she could do, and doing it on time.
You know, Dr. Angelou, she could have been a woman who came in and broke those ceilings by being the first woman on television ever to be addressed as a co-host, which she was. But she not only did that, she became the person who always got the interview. She went beyond just breaking the glass ceiling for women. She was a role model to every broadcaster.
That's right. She was always I mean, also we have to mention her as anchor, too, but before that, she was also the one who, if she went after an interview, she got it. And she didn't get it when there was no gleeful boasting about it. She simply did the work. So whether she was interviewing Fidel Castro or a little-known poet, she got the work, and she got it done.
You know, arguably, the biggest television star of the last 50 years, one of your close friends, Oprah Winfrey, has said, if it was not for Barbara Walters, there couldn't have been her, and on her first audition in television, she was trying to be Barbara.
I know. She said that many times. And I heard Gayle King say the same thing.
What do you think?
Whether it's Katie Couric or this young woman, Wendy Williams, that whoever the female is, and many of the men, they have to look back and say thank you to Barbara Walters.
Why do you think she's leaving?
I think she's tired. I really do. I think that after a while, when the passion evaporates, when it disappears, it's time to say goodbye. And that doesn't mean that she's stopping. It means she's retiring from that. I doubt very much if Barbara Walters even knows how to stop. But whatever she will do, it will challenge her. She is a person who wants to be challenged and enjoys it and is up to it.
It brings up an interesting fact. Barbara certainly has the financial wherewithal and abilities mentally to do anything she wants to do. But do you think this retirement will be a Johnny Carson retirement where we never see her on television again?
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not. I expect her next week doing something. No.
So she won't be leaving for good?
I don't think so. I think we've got her because she's got us.
I think you're exactly right.
Absolutely. And I look forward to seeing what she's going to try next.
You know, Dr. Angelou, we talk about this a lot in a lot of fields. We always say, who's going up on Mount Rushmore? And certainly in news, I think unarguably, Edward R. Murrow and Walter Cronkite go up there. Does Barbara Walters go up there?
Absolutely. Absolutely. She goes up there along with Hugh Downs and Jim and Johnny Carson, all of them. Yes, each one took down some walls. They were like Joshua and the Battle of Jericho. With Barbara Walters, she really, there's a line that the lamb, ram, sheep horns began to blow, the trumpets began to sound. You could say Barbara began to talk on television and the walls came tumbling down. The walls of racism and ageism and sexism and sexism and all of those silly things. No.
You know, Dr. Angelou, being a strong woman yourself, Barbara has talked about this. She's been married, I believe, 3 times, divorced 3 times, says she does not want another marriage. She has 1 daughter. What toll does being a trailblazer and being there all the time take on your personal life?
Well, I don't know, because I don't know what toll it would take if you weren't doing what you were sent here to do.
I think you're right.
I think everything costs. It costs to fail, it costs to succeed.
When we look back at television 100 years from now, and maybe there won't be television with internet and who knows.
Indeed.
Barbara Walters, when that name comes up, even though we have Diane Sawyer, Katie Couric, so many others, what is history going to say about her?
Well, that she came here to stay and proved it.
And I want to...
I think that it's impossible to mention any of those people without mentioning Oprah.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
In fact, to the point that she got her own channel. Indeed.
Exactly. How will you remember Barbara Walters? When somebody says that name, when she's not on television every day anymore, when somebody says Barbara Walters, what do you think?
I think about courage. She has enormous courage.
Dr. Angelou, as I say, and I want to give you the final word here, because you're a prolific speaker, everybody knows that, and nothing was prepared here, but what would you say if Barbara Walters was sitting across from you right now, what would you say to her?
Thank you. I would say thank you. Thank you, my dear. Thank you for proving who you are to the world, because by doing so, you have also proven who I am. All right?
Very nice.
Thank you very much.
Dr. Angelou, you take care. Thank you so much.
You, not at all. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.